Okay. Hi, this is Ice Blue 333. Currently, it is May the 30th, 2025. I've tried to complete this video. I've tried to complete this video roughly about 30 times. But every time I get to the final edit of it, the audio keeps messing up. And so, I guess everything happens for a reason. So what I was doing to calm down, because I almost broke my phone, I was watching old AMVs of like anime stuff and gaming channels and stuff like that. And I mean, I was reminded about, because I'm watching a specific series and this one specific voice. I'm like, man, they replace this man's voice with some other people that just straight up suck. So I want to post this picture here. And I don't know what happened with this guy. I don't know, but I know in my mind, this guy will always be this specific character. So, oh yeah, and if he ever gets hired back on, I hope he gets a 3 times pay increase. But so I'll continue with the rest of my story, the rest of my drama. If this ever, I'm saying that just in case if this ever blows up, whatever it is drama, and everybody loves drama. I'm like, I'm over it. I'm done. But anyway, back to the rest of the story. Just a misunderstanding. I'm like, ma'am, this is my 3rd day. My 3rd day. Now I've only worked with her for 2 days. Is it possible to have a meeting so that we can get this straightened out? Because I don't want no problems. And they were like, that's a great idea. Yes, we will talk to the head manager and arrange a meeting so that you can get this straightened out. And I'm like, okay, cool, fine. I'm like, I hung up the phone with them. Well, they hung up on me, and then I called the man who hired me. And this man up here sounding dumbfounded. He sounded like he thought that I was just fine. He tried to pretend like he didn't know what was going on. I was like, sir, you hired me, and HR. I think HR would talk to you before they would talk to me. What is going on? And he was like, oh well, I don't know, but I guess we'll talk about it in the meeting. I'm like, I guess we will then. And so a couple of days go by, and I'm like, the day of the meeting is supposed to begin. And before I can even take a bath, a shower to go to the meeting or whatever, I get a text message, and this man says, "Oh, sorry, we gotta hold off on that." Just like he did the days prior, on the day that I was supposed to have been hired. And so I'm like, sir, I'm trying to. I need to make money. I can't. If I knew this was going to happen, I would have chose the other job. But he said, well, we'll have the meeting tomorrow. So the next day came, and I get a text message an hour before the meeting is supposed to start. And after that, I'm like, okay, nah. I like people's careers are destroyed. I think this is after there was so much stuff about the Me Too movement, and I'm thinking that I'm not trying to do nothing to no woman. This girl does not know my sexuality. She does not know what I'm attracted to and all this other stuff or whatever. And she's gonna file a sexual harassment claim on me? What? And so, and my previous jobs, I worked with mostly females. I've never had this problem. The girl in question, she's a 4 at best. At best. So I'm like, and I'm not, and I don't even look at her like that. I mean, she does not know my sexuality. She doesn't know nothing. Doesn't know what I do. Doesn't know what I like. And I'm like, so that's when I decided to file a discrimination, what do you call it? A discrimination complaint. Because I don't know what's going on. I'm like, is this racism? Is this, what is going on here? Is it because I'm a male? Is it because I'm black? Is it, what is going on? Why is this? if you're gonna fire me, if you're gonna just do it, like don't. But anyway, because I mean, I didn't want the retail. I wanted to work at corporate. Honestly, I chose that job because it was the only one that really was available. And honestly, I was really mostly considering the temp job that was 3 days on, 2 days off, because at least I would have had like some time off or whatever to just pursue the corporate Verizon, which is the one I actually really wanted. And I applied to corporate Verizon several times. So yeah, so I filed a complaint to HR. Okay, I want to edit and add this into the video. It's currently May the 30th, 2025. I started this video on May the 27th, 2025. But every time I tried to add the HR emails to the video, for some reason the video just it mess up the audio for some reason. Maybe it's some trying to protect me. But so I'm not going to add the EEOC claim into this video, nor the HR complaint into the video. I will add a screenshot of the actual website that I filed the claim to. Nor will I add the emails that were sent back and forth between me and HR, where they basically said that they lost the camera footage, or they didn't have the camera footage, or they could pull it, but it said they need my video first. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I want to add this too, because like I said, so much stuff happened in 2019 that I forgot. There was a period of time that I did not know that that Jane, she I didn't know that she was hired on March the 20th, I believe, and I didn't know her prior existing work relationship with the company. I didn't even know that she was a manager until I think the day I worked with her or whatever. But still, also at the time I didn't have any credentials. This man did not put me on the schedule. He did not give me the credentials to do anything. So I'm literally walking around the store, um, just helping customers out with just knowledge that I knew from my previous job of working at the Verizon in Montgomery. So when I said that the girl was shocked that I fixed the man's plan where he was going to Japan, I fixed his situation without any credentials. That's why she was so shook and shocked. She didn't know that that even with nothing, I was able to help him out with the problem that she couldn't do, and she had full access. I had no access. I could have met this man on the street and fix this problem. That's how good I am. So anyway, am I forgetting anything else? Because I'm like, so yeah, I'm not gonna add the HR pictures and stuff like that. I'll add a screenshot of the website that I filed my claim to, which where we handled, well we had a conversation. It wasn't handled. So, but I will say that when in the screenshots that I of the HR complaints or whatever, I edited their names out and I put inhumane resources. It would have been funny, but for some reason, every time I add it to the video, something messes it up, and I mean maybe it's something trying to protect me. So, and my whole entire point of that edit was that I wanted to say that I have a record of everything for anyone who's listening. I have a record of when Jane started working all the way until the day she left. So I have her entire schedule now. But this is past the time. This is past, I think, the statute of limitations of I think of a discrimination claim or whatever. I may can sue for negligent management training or whatever, because they both were managers. But either way, I just want to put it inside the air that I have the entire schedule from the time that she started working to the to the time that she left. And at the time of me going through the mess between March 7th and April 3rd, I didn't have that. I literally had nothing. I had to poke around and figure out and talk to a lot of people to get what I got, and that took time. And in the time that I had to file a lawsuit, it expired by the time I got all the information that I needed to know what was going on. So that entire time I was confused, and I thought that I was the one who was in the wrong. And at the end of the day, they basically just railroad me. So there you go. And yeah, we went back and forth. And finally, at that, when I made that complaint to HR, that's when the man had time to have a meeting. And so I went to the meeting. I mean, I went to work. No. Before that. So he can't. So let's see here. The first day of the meeting, he canceled. The second day, I didn't see the text message. I just went to work and thinking that they was gonna have a meeting. And I get there and the man's not there and she's there and I'm like, where? I asked. I'm gonna call him John Doe. I said, where is John? And she was like, well, he's not here today. And I'm like, we're supposed to have a meeting today. And she was like, no, didn't he text you? I'm like, no. I mean, I'm not looking at no text. No. And so I get to my car and I see the text message. I'm like, this man texted me talking about something. Oh, don't worry about this. This is the second time. And this is an extremely important. Careers are destroyed because of this. And so I'm like, and so I just sent so that's when I filed a racial discrimination complaint to HR. And then that's the next day. That's when he was like, "Oh, I have time for a meeting now," and I'm like, "I'm done." But I mean, I went there. And I looked at him in his face. And I said, "What is going on?" Because I mean, I was like, careers are destroyed because of stuff like this. And so he was like, well, I don't know what. Well, we're gonna have a meeting. We're gonna have a meeting when this other employee comes in or whatever. And that's when all hell breaks loose. I'm like, okay, so what's going on? What is going on? I said, what did he hire you in my spot? And y'all, this is your way of trying to tell me. I don't. What is going on here? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And this man comes out of the back room with a write up talking about some. I confronted Jane Doe on the previous day. They were supposed to have a meeting, and I'm like, no, I didn't confront her. We were supposed to have a meeting, and I'm not signing no goddamn write ups. I didn't cuss, but I'm like, I'm not signing no write up when it's you who the one who messed up. And he was like, if you're not gonna sign it, you can go home then. I'm like, I guess I will. I took a picture of the write up, and I'm like, okay, this means I'm fired, right? And he was like, I guess it does. And I'm like, okay, see. And I when I was walking by the girl, I said, enjoy this while it lasts, because karma, paybacks. I said, karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch. I have a line. I say, payback's a bitch, but karma's a hoe. Karma fucks everyone. So all I know is they all got. I don't see on their LinkedIn pages. I see they're not working there anymore. So, anyway, so I'm halfway down the road, and I get a phone call, and it's from John Doe, the manager who hired me, and I sent him straight to voicemail because I whatever he had to say, I wanted a recording of it or whatever, and so he didn't leave a recording. So I pulled up beside the road, and I said, does this mean I'm fired or whatever? And he was like, well, no, you quit. I said, no, you fired me. I said, you told me to go home. And he was like, I'll post a text message here because I got it for this reason, just to have proof, just to show. So this is what created Ice Blue 333. This is what created me, somebody who just don't give a shit about the Me Too movement. So later on, I mean, so a lot of more stuff happened. I complained more to HR or whatever. They didn't do anything, and then they tried to say that they lost the security camera footage of when I came into the building, and they said that I confronted Jane Doe in front of customers. I'm like, no, I didn't. When I came inside and before I even said anything, there was no customers in the building. I said, show me the video, and they said, oh, the cameras went down, or we lost the footage. I'm like, you just had a robbery a couple of days ago. You got cameras. You can see all this stuff. Like what? You can see if there was customers inside the building or not. And it was like, oh, well, we need your recording video before we say anything. I'm like, nah. And so later on, months later, I sent them an email. I said, so why was I fired? And they said, oh, you weren't working in a cooperative manner with your managers. And I'm like, what? And so I told them I was going to sue them for what, $3 million? I forgot, $3 million or $6 million. I'll post the email screenshot probably here. And I attempted to do that. The thing about it is that that was in the middle of the Me Too movement. That was in the middle of the Donald Trump running for president. That was during Donald Trump's presidential term, and everybody was trying to do the Me Too thing or whatever. So yeah. So the lawyer who I told my story first I filed the EEOC claim, and when they found when I said something about sexual harassment or whatever, she was like, oh, that's retaliation or whatever. We can't do anything about that. I'm like, this. Do you? I got the pictures and the this and they're like, we can't do anything about it. But when we release your case or whatever, you can hire your lawyer, and they can see what they can do about it. And so I got my paper, and so I talked to a lawyer, and he said that, okay, so tell me what happened, and I said that I told him what happened, and he said that so you did admit that you said something about a cucumber. I'm like, yeah, but that was a joke or whatever, and we were all joking. He was like, harassment can be even how you make a person feel. And as a matter of fact, that John Doe, when I was talking to him and he tried to tell me to sign a write up, I said, do you know? I looked him dead inside the eyes. I said, do you know that people's careers are destroyed because of stupid stuff like this? He was like, well, you shouldn't have did it. I'm like, I didn't. This is all on you. I said, do you know I'm a black man, and do you know this will destroy my career? Well, you should have looked at her and smiled. And I'm like, are you a special? Either you a special kind of stupid, or you just You trying to set me up. I'm not signing jack shit. And so that was that. And so he said, well, you have to sign it. You can just go home. I'm like, okay. And so here we are. This is why I voted for Donald Trump. That's why. That was 2019. Donald Trump's presidential I think the elections came up in 2020, a year later. This is why I voted for Donald Trump. This is why I don't care about the Me Too movement. And this is also why I really don't care about the Diddy trial, because I'm not going to say anything about that. That's not my business. That's between Diddy, Cassie, and New York. And Diddy made his own bid, because if he told the truth, it's not just telling the truth. This is karma, man. Karma. You're going to attempt to destroy this man who's literally, who, I'm not going to say that Trump is perfect, but to try to destroy this man, and he's actually trying to do good. You made your bed. I'm sorry. And it's not, this does not come from a place of hate. This does not come from a place of anything. It's like you see it and you're like, I feel no ways about it. I feel no ways. I mean, the baby oil pictures ain't even funny to me, because this is just stupid. I mean, nobody cared about the Me Too movement until Donald Trump ran for president. And that was when Trump won in 2016. I'm like, the tape of Diddy kicking Cassie, that was in 2016. So and then they want to try to associate Trump with Diddy, saying that Trump will pardon Diddy. Why? This ain't a black or white thing. This ain't why? You know? But anyway. And so because of this, because of what happened with me in that regard, I tend to say what I mean and mean what I say, and also I can say some lewd stuff too. And I said a lot of lewd stuff on Astral Seek. Because I'm like, if people already consider me a creep and all this other stuff before, why not just blatantly say what I want to say and be done with it? So that's just that. Anyway, that's some of my story. I have a lot more, but yeah, I'm gonna post the screenshots and the timeline or whatever. And if this cost me $13 million, oh well, it had to be put out there. But when you have an eighth house moon, and you have K2 inside of the 10th house, God can give you everything. He can take it away like it's nothing. So you might as well just go ahead and just put it out there. So that's all. Bye for now. Okay. And I'm going to finish with this. This is to Donald Trump. This is what I want. 13 million. A 3-ounce solid gold medal with the head of Medusa on the front with sapphire eyes, and an apple beside Medusa's head. And on the back, a picture of you, not of your head, but a picture of you signing an executive order, the Crossfire Hurricane executive order. And let's see here. That's 3 ounces, right? So, And lastly, 3 actions. The first action is to do something, or maybe sign an executive order to restructure some of the historical monuments in Tuskegee, Alabama. Like, add funding to it so that they can just get better, look better for people who want to come and visit Tuskegee, Alabama. The second action is to bring the lottery, the Mega Millions, and the Powerball to Alabama. And lastly, to look into why the casino, the dog track in Shorter, Alabama, is just struggling so much. What can you do to improve it? And that's 13-1333. Ice Blue 333. I want to take credit for that. Right. Oh yeah. And I forgot to add, around the head of Medusa with the sapphire eyes and the apple, around it, I want the inscription to say, to the best astrologer in the United States of America for the year of 2025. Okay. And lastly, in regards to my prediction about Hillary Clinton, all I know, it is May 30th, 2025. All I know is that on June the 3rd, around June the 3rd, Hillary Clinton will feel the same sense of loss that Kamala Harris felt on December 6th, 2024, when she was officially certified as the loser of the 2024 election. So that's all I can say. Bye for now.